we'll have the opportunity to make the automobile more exciting, more functional, and more fun to drive than ever before. The key to all this, as we see it at GM, is energy diversity. We believe that the best way to power the automobile in the years to come is to do so with many different sources of energy. So what are the conventional and alternative energy sources we're talking about, and how do we see them playing out? First on the list are conventional gasoline and diesel fuels, and they'll continue to be the principal automotive fuel source for some time. This means several things. First, as an industry, we must continue to improve the efficiency of the internal combustion engine as we've done for decades. Second, we must work to reduce the use of traditional petroleum-based fuels by partially displacing them with alternatives, such as biofuels like E85, E85 ethanol, and synthetic fuels, such as those derived from coal, natural gas, and biomass. At GM, we believe that the biofuel with the greatest potential to displace petroleum-based fuels in the U.S. is ethanol. And so we've made a major commitment to vehicles that can run on E85 ethanol. At GM, we now have more than 2 million E85 vehicles on the road, with plans to expand production going forward. In fact, along with Daimler, Chrysler, and Ford, we announced in June that America's 3 domestic car companies will double our production of vehicles capable of running on renewable fuels by 2010. That's more than 2 million E85 and biodiesel capable vehicles a year by the end of this decade, the largest single commitment to renewable fuels in our nation's history. And then, in a meeting with President Bush earlier this month, Tom Lasorda, Alan Mullally, and I announced that America's domestic auto companies were prepared to make fully half of our annual vehicle production biofuel capable by 2012, provided there's ample availability and distribution of E85 as part of an overall national energy strategy. You see, flex fuel vehicles alone won't get the job done. Right now, there are about 170,000 gas stations in the United States and only about 1,000 E85 pumps. At GM, we've been partnering with government, fuel providers, and fuel retailers across the U.S. to help grow the E85 ethanol fueling station infrastructure. Since May of 2005, we've helped add 175 E85 fueling stations in 11 states, with more to come. In fact, the Department of Energy awarded a grant just last month to a team from GM, CalStart, Pacific Ethanol, Clean Fuel USA, the Community Environmental Council, and others to add 15 E85 pumps in California. We need to do a lot more of this. To the skeptics on ethanol, I say, keep an open mind. We need to diversify our energy sources. Consumers are looking for alternatives. Ethanol is a proven winner in countries like Brazil, and the growth of the biofuel industry in the U.S. continues. In 2007, ethanol production alone will approach 7 billion gallons, and that's from grain-based crops. Also promising is the potential to produce fuel from biomass, and research and commercialization in this area is gaining momentum through programs with the Department of Energy, universities, and the private sector. Ethanol has the potential to significantly offset energy demand growth, and we owe it to ourselves to encourage continued development of the ethanol fuel industry. The GM will continue to support the use of E85 as an important part of a comprehensive national energy policy. And toward that end, I'm pleased to announce this morning that within the next 3 years, GM's Hummer brand will offer biofuel powertrains across its entire vehicle lineup, including future Hummer products, which makes Hummer the first auto company to make such a commitment. Okay, biofuels are important, but what about the other fuel options that we have available to us? Well, despite its success on the sands of Daytona Beach 100 years ago, steam is not one of the technologies we're pursuing today. But we are very serious about the third option that was big in 1906, that is electrically driven vehicles. In fact, I'm announcing today that GM is significantly expanding and accelerating our commitment to the development of electrically driven vehicles beyond what we've already committed to with our fuel cell and hybrid programs.